Hey friends, today we're going to talk about everything I have been loving this month and I have a lot to share, so let's get started. Okay, I have so much to share and I'm kind of all over the board, you guys, in a bunch of different categories. I want to start first with a $15 brush that I discovered. Well, I shouldn't say I discovered, I cannot take the credit for it. This was recommended to me from my hairstylist, Gracie. This is a brush. It's a $15 brush off Amazon. And I have to tell you the little backstory about how she recommended this brush to me. You guys, I have always just used a wide tooth comb to comb my hair. Really. I didn't have a fancy brush. When I was in the Berkshires in August, we were at like a fancy spa at Miraval Resort and there was a fancy spa and they had this brush and I picked the brush up. I was interested in buying it. I turned it over and it was like over $200. And I was like, what? Is this a normal thing? And a few other ladies I was with were like, oh no, that's a really high-end brush, but it's amazing. I've had one for 20 years. And I'm like, how can you make a brush that's worth that? Like, how is a brush amazing? And they went on to explain, it kind of pulls the natural oils through your hair and all the things. I still couldn't bring myself to do it, but it did get me thinking about brushes and how I haven't really valued brushes ever. I have never valued brushes. I always thought all brushes were the same. And again, I've always used a wide tooth comb. So I reached out to Gracie and I was like, Gracie, can you recommend some good brushes? Because apparently I need to invest in a high quality brush, but I cannot spend like over $100. Even spending $100 on a brush seems like crazy to me. And she recommended this. She recommended several, but this was one of hers on the list and it was $15 on Amazon. I bought it and I love it. The brand is Framer. I'm going to link it down below so you can shop it, but I think it comes in a couple other colors, but I absolutely love it. It's a mix of like that boar's head bristle. I'm going to show you because I'm not the best at describing brushes, but I love it. It smooths the hair out. It's a nice size and I do feel like my hair looks softer and a little shinier when I use this. So I'm excited that I bought this and yeah, it's $15. So I will link it down below, but this is definitely a favorite, something I've been excited to share with you guys. Next, I wanted to share a few pieces from Idyl Jewelry and I wanted to thank them for partnering with me on this portion of the video. I worked with Idyl all year and I cannot rave about them enough, you guys. Idyl Jewelry makes high quality, luxury, the top 1% of lab-grown diamonds in the world, but they make them at very accessible price points. So they don't have the insane markup that typical jewelry brands have. And what I love about their pieces is I find them to be like, definitely like conversation starters. I mean, how fun is this earring right here? Like, I saw someone wearing this and I could not take my eyes off it. I had a hard time paying attention to what they were saying because I just kept staring at their earring. But at the same time, it's also very delicate, easy to wear everyday pieces. I've had this in for a few days and I haven't taken it off. I've showered with it. I've worked out in it. That's the beauty about these pieces is that they're high quality. You don't have to worry about them tarnishing. You can shower in them, you can get them wet. And I just take them out maybe once a week and clean them just so they stay super shiny. I love them. So the fun thing about this earring is it's actually a modular earring. So this stud is a little separate piece. I ordered this at the beginning of the year. And then just recently I got this little piece down below that's a modular piece. So I almost want to take it off just to show you guys so you can kind of understand. You can wear the earring by itself and it looks like this. And usually I will wear this in my second hole if I wear a larger earring. But then this piece is a little add-on. And I have other little add-on pieces just like this that you can add to it to completely change the look of your jewelry. So it's really fun to kind of mix these up and change your styles and just kind of grow your collection. Isn't that so fun? I love this. So their pieces are, again, top 1% of lab-grown diamonds in the world, but they don't have that insane markup. Really high quality couture pieces. They are absolutely beautiful. And I love how easy they are to layer. Here I have on 2 necklaces. This is one of the first Idyl pieces that I got. And I remember seeing this all over celebrities. This was the first one that I got and I got so many questions about it. I think it pairs really well with the earrings. And then I just recently got this little pendant here. I have another pendant, the Talia pendant that I love. It's like 3 beautiful diamond stones that I usually wear. You probably have seen that in my most recent videos, but I just love their pieces. I love them because they are just easy to wear, easy to layer. You put them on, you don't have to take them off again to shower or work out. High quality, gorgeous, gorgeous pieces at more accessible price points. Also, I love the unboxing experience. So I'm going to share a little video here when I was unboxing this a few weeks ago, but you get this really beautiful pouch. And in my box, with this shipment, I got this gorgeous, gorgeous wooden little jewelry case. And I just love how like minimal and simple it is. This can sit on my closet island and just be very discreet, but very classic. And then you open it and you have this nice little shallow tray to store your jewelry without your jewelry getting lost or mixed up. So love this. This comes with your order. And then I want to share this little pendant here. This is another one that I got. I love the shape of this. I haven't worn this one yet. I think I'm going to swap out this one and change it to this one next week. It's this gorgeous emerald cut diamond. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love these. So again, I will wear these for a week, sometimes 2 weeks, and then I'll remove them just to clean them so they're super shiny, but I don't really have to worry about taking them off every time I shower, every time I swim, every time I work out. What I love about Ideal is just how delicate and timeless the pieces are, but I feel like they're also statement pieces. Usually when I hear the word statement jewelry, I think of big, kind of loud or trendy jewelry, which I don't think these fall into any of those categories, but I also think they're so unique. I cannot tell you how many times I get stopped and asked about this earring because it's just so unique and it's beautiful, and I love that. So even though they're delicate everyday pieces, they still have an impact. So I'm going to link to these pieces, and I'm also going to link to a few other pieces that I have from Ideal that I love. I'll link them down below. Okay, next let's dive into a foundation that I've been loving. I can't remember if I talked about this in last month's favorite video, but I've been talking about this a lot lately if you follow me on Instagram or any of my other channels. This is the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. This is a serum foundation. I love it. It's beautiful. I have it on today. What I love about this is I love how lightweight the texture and consistency is. It just blends into the skin so effortlessly. It spreads so easily. You have a lot of time to work with it before it like dries down. It gives a radiant glow, but it's a very controlled, subdued radiant glow, meaning it's not really, really dewy or wet looking or like glossy or greasy looking, and it wears beautiful all day. I do set it with a little bit of powder in the center of the face, but I really don't feel the need to touch up much throughout the day. Actually, it still is very warm here in Austin. I was gonna say, granted, we're not in the summer months, but it's still been like 90 degrees, you guys. We're just getting cooler temperatures this week at today as I speak. I think the high's in the mid 70s. But last week, the week before, I mean, we were talking 90 degrees, 95 degrees, and I was still wearing this and it looked beautiful. I also think the shade ranges are very just perfect. The undertones are so good. I'm wearing the shade N7, and it's one of those foundation shades that I put on and you almost don't even see it because it completely blends into my skin with no effort. It's gorgeous. Love, love, love. I think really everyone would love it, with the exception of those that just really prefer a very matte finish. If you prefer a matte finish, this is going to give you more glow than that, and so you wouldn't like it. But I think it's beautiful. I think it's gorgeous on mature skin. I think it's gorgeous on dry skin. It's really fantastic. A very, very great foundation. Okay, let's pair it with a concealer that I've been loving, and I'm excited to share this one because this is kind of more of the budget-friendly brands in Sephora. It's actually Sephora's house brand, the Sephora collection, and this is the Best Skin Ever, and this is the shade 08P. Again, this is one that I've been talking about quite a bit. It might be a repeat from last month. So anytime I'm doing favorites, sometimes there's a lot of new products, but sometimes I'm just talking about the same products for several months because it's truly what I'm using and I'm loving. And when I curate this list of products, it's honestly products that I'm like currently using right now and loving. So it's not necessarily like a quest to find new products to talk about every single month, although that might be more interesting. It's just what I'm loving. And I love this. This also has like a serum-like texture. I don't know that this is a serum concealer, is it? I don't see the word serum on here. But it does have 75% skincare base with hydrating hyaluronic acid. So when I talk about a serum foundation, serum concealers, they're described that way because they have ingredients that benefit the skin. This doesn't say serum on it, but it is incredible. It feels just like a serum. It's a very lightweight, very hydrating finish, but it doesn't slip and slide into creases throughout the day. It's very beautiful. It's long wearing. It's gorgeous. And I don't know the exact price point on this, but again, it's Sephora collection, so I would imagine it's under $20. I keep saying this every time I mention it, but the shade, it works on me. I have it on now, but it is kind of lighter. I need to go and buy the shade that's slightly darker and a little bit peachier because that'd be a better match for me. But if you haven't tried this and you're in the market for a new concealer, I think you should give it a try. It's a really good one. And I really think all skin types could use it. Even though it's hydrating, it does like dry down and it's long wearing. You don't have to worry if you have oily skin of it moving around a lot. Okay, guys, let's hop over to some skincare, and I'm very excited to talk about these. I've got 3 products from the same brand. This is a brand new brand that I discovered, and I'm so excited to share it with you because I feel like it's a brand not everyone knows about, but I shared this on Instagram earlier this week or last week, and I actually had a lot of DMs saying, I've been using her products for years. I'm so glad you're talking about them. No one ever talks about them. I'm so glad you love them. And then it hit me. I was like, well, maybe this is like the little skincare's best kept secret. So backstory about this brand. Let me just tell you you right now. The brand is Sona Roselli. And the backstory behind this is when I went to Montana earlier this month, I went to an e-commerce conference. It's a group that Paul's been part of for a couple of years. And there's a bunch of e-commerce brand operators and founders. And he had told me about Sonia. She lives here in Austin. She's a skincare brand, but I had never met her before until I went to this conference. And we just really hit it off. Like we're on the same flight. We sat at the airport together and she's just really cool, really easy to talk to. Like we just really connected. She was an esthetician in Chicago. She was also a makeup artist and she has this line of skincare. So she sent me a box, a huge box of goodies. When I tried them, I was like, this is really unlike any other skincare I've ever tried. And I am not just saying that, you guys. I'm not just blowing smoke. You know, it is so unique. The products that I've tried, at least. Now, she does have some products that are rich, but let me get into what makes this unique, you guys. So what I have to share with you, I love everything I've tried from her. I really trying to narrow it down. When I was getting ready for this video, I was starting to grab all of her products and I was like, no, Lisa, don't overwhelm people. Just give them like the 3 that you really love. So this is the water oil skin prep. This is the water elixir skin prep. And then this is the water balm, okay? Now, let me explain. I wish I didn't have makeup on so I could put this on. Let me explain what makes this so different. So this is water oil. You can see the separation of the water and the oil here. You do want to shake it, right? Like you would with anything like this. But I want you to see the texture of this when I disperse this in my hands. Any face oil I've used, there are varying degrees of how thick they are, but they all resemble oil, in my opinion. This is like water, you guys. Look at that. Do you see that? Look, watch this. Do you see that? Here, let me do a little more. I want you to see this, you guys. This resembles the texture of water more than oil. It really does. It feels like water. It does not feel like oil at all. It feels like water. So at first I did that. I was like, huh, that's interesting. I wasn't quite impressed yet. I put it on my skin and I honestly thought like, okay, this is water. My skin's gonna soak it up in 10 seconds and it's gonna feel dry again because it's just like water. No, I put this on and it's so lightweight, but 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes later, my skin still felt plump and hydrated. I was like, how in the world does something so lightweight hydrate and plump my skin up so much? It really just baffled me, okay? Now, to be fair, I did use this with the water balm. These were the first 2 products that I tried. I applied this one first, and then I went in with the water balm. Now, water balm, let me show you this, you guys. This too is very unlike anything I have ever tried. When I see the word balm, my brain instantly goes thick and heavy, which isn't bad. I love some balms, but I definitely think of a thicker product. But then there's the word water there. So you're like, what does that mean? This is what the product looks like. Hopefully you can see. I know it's white and there's light reflecting, so it may be difficult to appreciate the texture, but I'm going to scoop a little bit. I want to show you what it looks like. Okay. I want you to see the texture of this. Okay. This is not a thick balm. I know you can't appreciate it right by really seeing it on camera, but let me rub this into the skin. This is a very, very lightweight moisturizer. So lightweight. And again, when I put this on, I had the same thought. I'm like, okay, this is lightweight. How much is this really going to hydrate my skin? Because again, the first time I put anything of hers on, I used this and then I immediately followed up with this. So as I'm putting them on, I'm thinking, these are so lightweight. They're just going to absorb and my skin's going to feel dry in 10 minutes. You guys, I was blown away. I was shocked. I was baffled. I was like, how is this possible? What is in this product that, like, this is just insane. If you get this and you try this, I guarantee you're going to come back on my videos and you're going to be like, oh my God, Lisa, you were right. So who is this for? This is great for anyone that likes really lightweight products, and especially when you're applying a lot of makeup, using lightweight products on skincare, but you still need skincare that plumps and hydrates the skin. So skincare is essential. You don't want to skip that just to have less layers on the face. This is incredible. It is incredible, you guys. I think everyone will love this. Even if you have really dry skin, this is going to give you a ton of hydration and plump the skin. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know what else to say. I want to have her on my YouTube channel, maybe do like a YouTube live with her. She sent me a video that kind of described the theory behind her skincare, and a lot of her products are made in Japan, and all the different kind of science that goes behind the products and the ingredients and the products that she makes. And I really would love to have her here on my YouTube channel to explain that to you and to answer your questions, because this is unlike anything I've ever tried. Now I'm also adding the water elixir into my favorites because this is also an incredible product too. And again, it is also very lightweight. So very similar to the water oil. I don't think that you need both of them. It's kind of like one or the other. Both of them are very lightweight, and they're just serums that you can apply to your skin before you go in with a moisturizer. Now, she does have I think it's called the Rich Barrier Cream or something like that. It's like a thicker moisturizer that feels more like a traditional cream that we buy. And I love that one too. I use that one at night, but I had to share these three because these are so unique. Very, very cool, you guys. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to share her brand. So I'm going to link it down below. I'll tag it in YouTube Shopping if I can find it. Go check her products out. I mean, I'm not just saying this because I met her and she's cool and she's my friend. Like, really incredible. Like, I'm so excited when I have a friend that makes products that are amazing that I'm really excited to share authentically and support them in a very authentic, like, I love these products. So anyway, okay, I'm just rambling about these, but these are incredible, very unique. I promise you, you guys check them out. Okay, guys, let's jump back over to makeup because this is a makeup channel, right? I'm going to talk real quickly about this because I've been talking about this forever and I know you guys are probably tired about hearing about it, but it's still a very high favorite of mine this month. This is the Unreal Blush, a Healthy Glow Stick from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Peachy Glow. I have it on today. It's just the best blush in my opinion. The color, the formula, it's very glowy though. So if you don't like a glowy finish, you might want to skip this one because it's definitely more of the dewier cream blushes that you'll try, but it's beautiful. So pigmented. The color is just gorgeous. I always say this, but I think when you add a peach blush to the cheeks, it just takes off 10 years and it just gives you this super youthful, healthy, vibrant glow to the skin. I love it. It's so good. So good. I'll wear it by itself. I'll also pair powders on top of it if I really want, you know, really longevity, but it's fantastic. Love it. Okay, let's talk about this eyeshadow crayon. This is a product I talked about in my Sephora collection video. If you missed that one, I'll link it down below. I did a full face of Sephora collection makeup, and this was the standout winner in that video, along with the concealer and also their foundation. This is the Colorful Shadow Stick and Liner. It has like more of a pointier tip than a traditional eyeshadow stick. You know, usually eyeshadow sticks have more of a rounded kind of dome shape. So it's great because you can use the side of it and lay it on the side to fill in the lid, which is what I did today. Or you can just use the tip to use it as an eyeliner. This is the shade Terracotta, and this is beautiful. I'm going to pick this up in other shades later today. This is a very, very orangey though, very orangey, saddle-y kind of color. So I put it on today, but I did go in and neutralize it with some shadows. I used shadows from the new Natasha Denona palette. I love this palette too. It's really great. I didn't put it in my favorite this month, but it's really great. I've been using this one a ton. I just went in with a little bit of shadows to neutralize this a bit and cut down some of that orangey, but I love these. These are the softest, most buttery eyeshadow sticks I've ever used. I have to say they even kind of trump Bobbi Brown, and Bobbi Brown has always been my favorite. These are even creamier than Bobbi Brown, and these are waterproof, so they are very, very long wearing. I feel like you have a little bit more time to blend these out. These are very creamy, but once they dry and set, they stay in place all day long. So you do want to blend it out before that happens, but I feel like you have a lot more time with these than some other drier formulas. So these are good. Okay, you guys, let's jump over to a hair product that I'm so excited to share because this is also a friend of mine. This is the Academy Hair Sea Glass by Rachel Anise. So Rachel is on Instagram. Her handle is The Beauty Professor, and she's like one of the original beauty content creators. She's been creating content forever, so I have followed her forever. She is a lovely, lovely person, as sweet as you would imagine. And once you see her content, you were like, whatever she's using in her hair, I will take 2 of because she has the most gorgeous hair on the internet. I'm not even kidding. She makes me want to grow my hair out to my waist. It's gorgeous. So this is a detangling elixir, but I don't actually use it as a detangler. You can use it on wet or dry hair. I've used it on both. I've used it after I've gotten out of the shower and then dried my hair. I really noticed the biggest impact when I use it on dry hair. So I will use this as a restyler. So I usually wash my hair and then it's like 3 or 4 days before I'll wash it again. And every day in the morning when I wake up, I have to do something, whether it's taking a Dyson Airstrait and just smoothing things out, or it's taking a curling iron to fix it, whatever. I don't just wake up and brush my hair and go. There's a little bit of effort that goes into every morning. And I will spray this on dry hair. I don't spray it at the root, although you could because this is completely weightless. But I will spray it kind of in the areas that I'm going to use either a curling iron or my Dyson Airstrait, which is basically a flat iron, but instead of using, heat on plates, it uses heat and air. And I will spray this all over my hair, and then I'll either curl my hair or I'll use my Dyson Airstrait. It makes my hair so soft. So soft, so shiny. Again, it's lightweight, so it's not going to build up and make me feel like I need to wash my hair the next day. And it smells incredible. It smells like, what does this smell like? This smells like a spa. Like it smells like one of the high-end spas that you might visit when you're on vacation. It is incredible. I need to ask her what the particular ingredient is in here that gives it that smell, because that will probably give you a more clearer picture of what it smells like. But Yeah, just think of it's not like lavender. It's not a lavender scent, but it's like something that you would smell in a spa. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. So when you spray it on your hair, it's going to be wet. It's going to feel wet. But again, if you use a curling iron or a flat iron or a blow dryer, it just kind of dries up immediately and it really just leaves the hair so soft. It's beautiful. I'm very excited about this. I'm so happy for her. I know she's been working on this for a long time and it's incredible. She just nailed it. I have no critique or feedback to give her to make this better. This is 10 out of 10. I have a fun little random thing to share. Stain remover. This is the Miss Mouth's Messy Eater Stain Treater, and I have shared this on Instagram a ton, but I was like, I need to bring this on my YouTube channel because it's very good. I saw this shared from my friend Emily Champagne Chanel on Instagram. She's a mom. She has 2 young little boys, so definitely stains are something that she's always battling in her house because they're little, you know, and they've got food all over themselves. We are past that stage, but I still have, actually, this is for me. My kids don't even get their clothes stained. I'm the one that needs this. This is magic. So just spray this on any stain that you might have and let it just, you know, air dry and then wash it and boom, the stain is removed. I've used it on white jeans where I have gotten red wine on them. Okay, I had someone dropped a glass of red wine, you know, it kind of broke right at my feet and I had wine splattered all over the bottom of my white jeans. I sprayed this and I washed my jeans and there was absolutely zero evidence of any red wine on my jeans. It's magical. So you can get it on Amazon. I'll link it down below. Okay, you guys, I want to share a powder that I've been loving. This is from Sephora, the Sephora Collection powder. This is the Blur It Pink powder. I love this powder. It's very fine, very lightweight, great for underneath the eyes. It's pink, so it's going to brighten a little bit, but it's not too pink or too light. It gives a very natural brightness. And again, because it's so refined, it's not heavy, so you can go and build up if you want a little bit more brightness, but your initial application is going to be very soft and very controllable. It has a little velour puff in here, which I think is so cute. I don't use it, of course, I use brushes, but it's so cute. If you like velour puffs, you've got this little one right in here, and then you just lift this lid to access the powder. So I really love it. I think the powders are great. I need to see if they have a translucent shade or like just a skin tone shade because the formula is good. I like both the color, but also the formula is what makes this a standout product. Okay, you guys, let's hop over and talk about a little bit of fashion, shall we? I want to mix this up for you. Okay, so I want to share this top. I'm going to, should I stand up and show you? I'm going to show you this top. This is from Reformation, and fun fact and story about this top. This is actually the second time I purchased this top. I had this last year and I loved it, and I don't know where it went. I lost it. Somehow it disappeared. I don't know how I can lose a shirt. I looked everywhere. I looked at my daughter's bedrooms. I looked everywhere and I cannot find it. I'm about to move in about a month and I guarantee you I'm going to find it when I move. But I just couldn't stop thinking about this shirt. I couldn't stop thinking about it. And so I went to Reformation. They still carry it. So I was like, I'm going to buy that shirt again. I love it. It's linen. I wash it on delicate cycle and then I lay it flat to dry. I just bought this about 2 weeks ago and I washed it for the first time and I pulled it out last night. I had to iron it this morning and I did notice when I washed it, again, I didn't dry it. I just washed it on a delicate cycle. But when I laid it flat to dry, it seemed like it shrunk a tiny bit. And what really happened was the bottom of this kind of shrunk up. And so when I ironed it, I had to kind of pull and iron this part flat. And then it went back to the original like shape and size that it was when I first bought it. But I love it. You have a little bit of shoulder pads in here. So you have a little volume here in the shoulders, which I love. I love the little ruffle detail on the sleeves right here at the neckline. And then you also have it down here at the bottom and you have it here as well. I love that the buttons just really kind of blend into the top. A very like elevated, just great basic. I love it. So good. I'm wearing an extra small for reference. It's not cropped, but it is a shorter length, which I actually appreciate. I don't want anything cropped that's going to show my stomach, but I also don't want anything long. I think it's a really flattering shape. So love, love, love this. I've really been loving Reformation lately. Anyway, wanted to share that. I want to share 2 pairs of jeans and I'll try and cover these quickly. So the first are these mother jeans. I'll post a little video of me here wearing these. I shared these in stories the other day and they blew up. So many of you guys ordered them and I will tag them in YouTube shopping down below so you can shop them. These are great for petites. This is the length that they came in. I didn't have to alter them or tailor them. They're the perfect length. I love them. They have a little bit of stretch, but they don't stretch out or get baggy. I wouldn't say they're super thick material, but they're not a thin jean either. Usually the thinner the jeans are, the more they'll stretch and get loose. These are kind of like a good solid weight to them. I love the wash of them. I think they're just a great, jean to throw on. I'll wear these with sneakers. I'll wear them with my little Rothy's that I'm wearing now that I should probably include in my favorites. These are so good. I just washed these 2 days ago in the washing machine and look at them. You throw them in the wash, you let them air dry, and they're good to go. They look brand new. But I'll wear those jeans with these. You can wear them with heels, sandals. They're just a really good basic jean. I couldn't find them in another wash. I only found this one, but I'm actually going to order the exact same pair that I already have because these are so good and I wear them all the time that I know in a year or 2 years I'm gonna like wish I had a new pair and I don't want to run the risk of them not being available. So, so good. If you're in between sizes, I went with my smaller size on those, okay? And the other denim jean that I wanna share are these ones from Frame. I'm wearing them right now, but I will pop a little video here of me in my full outfit today that you guys can watch. These are the Frame pencil crop jeans. I just got these. They're pencil, so they're gonna be a little more figure flattering or a little tighter, I should say. So I went in my larger size in these. I'm usually 1 or 2 sizes. And the Mother, I went with the lower size, and the Frames, I went with the higher size because these also have some stretch, but they are definitely a tighter fit. And they're cropped. They're also great for petites. I'm 5'2", and again, these are the perfect length for me. And I love the shape of these jeans. So I wanted to share those two. Those are kind of the jeans that I have been wearing on repeat this month. I love them both. So let's hop over to the setting spray, and I'm actually gonna use it right now because I forgot to set my makeup with it earlier. I think that's my biggest challenges with setting spray is just remembering to use them. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray in the Matte Blur. Again, this is something I've been talking about a lot lately because it's so good, you guys. Now, if you don't like a matte finish, don't get this because this would not be the right setting spray for you. But if you like a matte finish, this one is so good. I used this when I went to Montana. I got ready in the morning when we were leaving Austin, right? I got up early, did my makeup. Usually when I'm flying, I don't wear a ton of makeup, right? Because why? What's the point, right? This particular day, we got in and we immediately had something. We were immediately going to see people. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do my makeup in the morning in case I don't have time to redo it, right? I want to be made up. But I didn't expect it to look good. I knew I'd get to my hotel room after flying all day and I'd look in the mirror and my skin would be, you know, cracky and dry and patchy because that's what happens when I fly. It doesn't matter what foundation I use. I can use my favorite foundation of all time and it would still happen. So I expected to look in the mirror and need to fix something. I used this that morning. We had 2 flights, okay? So it was a long day of travel. I think we were traveling for a total of 8 hours. I get to the hotel, we're getting ready for dinner. I look in the mirror and I'm like, what is happening? I do not need to touch up my makeup. I do not need to redo my makeup. It looks so, so good. And I really think it was this. I really, really do, you guys. So I stand by this. I think it is fantastic. It does say shake to activate, so make sure you do that before you apply it. But I love it. It's so, so good. It's very fine. It doesn't feel heavy. And it keeps your makeup, like I said, on all day long. So good. Okay, you guys, let's move over to a fragrance. I don't talk about fragrances a lot. So I wouldn't say I'm like a fragrance girl in the sense that I feel like fragrances are having their moment right now. I feel like it's a category that's exploding, right? And it can be very tempting for someone that's in beauty and someone that works in beauty like this to just be tempted to like buy every fragrance. I have definitely purchased more fragrance over the last year than I ever have, but I have friends that like they shop for fragrance like I shop for makeup. You know what I mean? They will have a closet full of fragrances. I'm more of the type of person that I like to identify kind of a signature scent or scents, you know, and have like a little like, but I kind of want to always smell the same. You know what I mean? I don't want to smell different all the time. I just want to have a signature scent. I want to be like, this smells like me, you know? So I say all of that meaning that I don't have this huge extensive collection of fragrances. This one I've actually had for a while. I did not just recently bought this. I bought this a year or so ago, but I've most recently fallen in love with it. This is the Mojave Ghost. This is so good. If you like a really clean, light, kind of powdery scent, it's so good. And I don't know what has been up with me lately, but I've been loving it. I've been wearing it a ton. I get a lot of compliments on it. I feel like this could be a unisex scent. It's not super feminine. I'm gonna spray a little bit more. And it lasts really well. Like I will take, you know, when I take my clothes off at the end of the day, I can smell it. If I take a shower and then I'm like, you know, deciding if I'm gonna dry clean the clothes, if I can rewear it or if I need to wash it, I can still smell the scent on the clothes. But I really love it. But again, fragrance is so personal. So I'll include the notes of this fragrance. It's right here on the screen so you can see what the notes are. But I would describe it as being a very clean, like powdery unisex scent. So good. I'm not the best at describing fragrances. Ooh, let's share this fun little bag. This is a new little bag I got from Veronica Beard. I love the size of it. It's a nice, small little bag with a top handle or a crossbody strap. Even though it's small, it fits a ton, and I love the color of this. I think this is what, I mean, there's so many bags on the market that have this similar shape, right? I love it, but I don't think that the shape necessarily is like what really makes this unique. Veronica Beard is high quality, so the price point on this is definitely on the high end. It's not like luxury bags, right? Like a Louis Vuitton or Gucci or any of that, but it's definitely more of a higher price point when it comes to like the Tory Burches of the world, and that, you know, it's kind of in that range. But I love the color. I think this color is called Shroom or Mushroom. I love that it's a neutral brown, but it's not a dark chocolate brown, and it's also not a really red, like saddle kind of cognac brown. I feel like you see those everywhere, and this to me is just a little bit more unique. I felt like the color was really unique. They also come in, it comes in black, it comes in another style where this top part is like a croc or like a snake skin. They have different colors if you're not loving it this color, but I love it. I have a little matching belt that has the same little design here. Inside of it, you have the little flap, and then you open it, and it's got a lot of space in here. I wore this last night. I just cleaned it out this morning, but it's got a lot of space. You know, you can fit everything you need. It's not a tiny bag, but I like to carry it with the little top handle and take off the strap at night if I'm wearing it as like an evening bag. And if I'm wearing it during the day as a more casual bag, I'll use the strap. And I keep it on the smallest setting so that it sits higher on me since I'm 5'2". And it's not too long. One thing I struggle with when I'm finding bags is even on the like shortest setting, it'll fall too low, like below my waist. And I don't like that. I like them to sit a little higher, and this one does. I also love that it has feet on the bottom, so you can set it on the ground. You don't have to worry about it ruining the bottom of the bag. So love this. Okay, guys, let's jump back into beauty and close out this video. If you're still here, drop a comment down below and say, I'm still here. I appreciate those of you that hang out and watch my full videos. I know that I can be a little chatty and long-winded, but this is my time to sit down and hang out with you guys. And hopefully it feels like you're hanging out and talking with a friend. That's always what I hope my videos feel like. Also, while I'm thinking about it, if you're not subscribed to my channel, will you subscribe if you like my content? And also, will you hit the bell notification? I was looking at my YouTube analytics, and I have a very small percentage of people that have the bell notifications turned on, which basically means that you won't get notified when I have new videos unless that you select that. So select notifications, that way you get notified when my videos come out. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap this up, you guys. I want to talk about the Whitney Bowe P46 Peptide and Hyaluronic Serum. This launched a couple of months ago, and I've been loving it. I've been talking a lot about this. This has peptides, hyaluronic acid serum in it. I feel like it's a hybrid between a very, very light moisturizer and a serum. It's described and marketed as a serum, so you would use it as a serum, meaning after you wash your face, you would apply this, and then you go in with your moisturizer. Some days I will use this as my moisturizer. In fact, I have paired this with the Sona Roselli water oil and use this as my moisturizer sometimes too. So I'm going to show you the texture of this. This has more of like a very lightweight lotion, but serum. You can see it's slowly sliding down my hand, which tells you that it's not thick and heavy, but it's definitely not as like thin and watery as like something like this or some other serums tend to be. So sometimes I'll use it as a serum and then I'll pack on a moisturizer on top, and sometimes I will use it as a light moisturizer. It's really beautiful. It plumps the skin. She did a beautiful job with this formula. If you're not familiar with Dr. Whitney Bowe, she is a celebrity dermatologist. She is based in New York, I believe. Her office, I think, is in New York, but she works with all the celebs. She's always on Good Morning America, or she's on the Drew Barrymore show. I've seen her on so many different shows. Tamron Hall shows, kind of their expert dermatologist. And she launched her skincare line a few years ago. I've actually met her. She is one of the most amazing women. She's one of those women that is like, how can I support you? What can I do to support you? What can I do to help you? She's a connector. She likes to connect and support other women. I'm telling you this not because I feel like that should influence what skincare you buy from her, but I just tell you that because I personally love to support brands that have amazing people behind them that make me happy to support. And she is definitely one of them. So I want to share this. If you're looking for a good hyaluronic serum, this is fantastic. Just know it's going to be a little bit different, kind of like a lightweight moisturizer or serum hybrid. It's really, really beautiful. I know it's been a hot seller since they launched. And also I love the packaging. It's so beautiful if you care about that. For skincare, I do care about, I mean, let's be honest, I care about packaging, but I will still buy drugstore products that doesn't have like luxe high-end packaging. But when I buy something with a nice packaging, it does feel a little special. But what I love about this is it's a product that can sit on your sink, your vanity, and it just kind of blends in. It's very, very minimal but beautiful. You know, it's not loud and obnoxious. It's very like, it's very clean and elegant. Let me share one more thing. I have one more thing here to share. I was going to skip it, but I feel like I need to share it. This is the Makeup Forever Super Boost Lip Gloss in the shade Juicy Peach. I love this. I have been wearing this for months. You've seen me wear this a ton. I have it on today. In fact, my exact lip combo is the Makeup by Mario Rich Mauve Lip Liner, another favorite, and then the Makeup by Mario lipstick in the shade Midtown, and then I have Juicy Peach on top of it. Midtown is a very like muted kind of nude color, and I wanted to give my lips more life and more color. So I use Juicy Peach. But what I love about this color is it's pretty pigmented. So even if you don't want to wear lipstick underneath it and you just want to wear this as a gloss, it's got a good amount of color. It really, really does. So look at that. It's so pretty, good peachy color. And I love to pair it with my Charlotte Tilbury blush. these two together are just like a little match made combo in heaven. They're so good. Okay, friends, that wraps up this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed our time together. I know I enjoyed our time together, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Everything that I use will be listed and linked in the description box, and I'm also going to tag everything in YouTube shopping. You guys, I love YouTube shopping. I know I mention it in every video, but I hope you guys are enjoying the process of YouTube shopping. I feel like it makes it really easy. The products will pop up as I'm talking about them in video. You can actually shop them while my video is still playing. So yeah, love that. Okay, you guys, have a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.